All right, everyone, it's Tai Chi Wednesday, so let's get started. We are going to review what we've been working on. So we're going to start at cross hands and go all the way through chocolate fist. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2 times, and then we're going to move on to the new movements for today. So a couple of repeat movements, and then we'll move into wave hands like clouds. So let's get into cross hands. Feet shoulders width apart. We're just going to take it nice and slow because we're warming up. So maybe a little bit slower than normal. Into cross hands. Shift the weight to the right. Turning. Embrace the tiger. Return to the mountain. Arms open. Step out. Open up. And show striking. Roll back. Right arm comes up. Connects out and turning. Press. Touching the forearm center. And pressing out. Push, open up, pull back, sit up the palms, and push out. Fist under elbow, move back, turning, foot turns, circle back, relax the left foot, and push out to the side. We're gonna step with the left foot, show ward off, rotating, pulling down, and showing fist under elbow. Repulse monkey. Circling back, natural step, foot and hand at the shoulder. 1 forward, 1 back. Number 2, circle, step, showing striking. Number 3, natural step, forward, back, rotate on the heel. Diagonal flying, big circle with the arms, stepping out, turning, showing splitting energy. Raise hands, open up the arms, step back, change to the heel, waist turning, arms closing. White crane, circle down, left arm comes up and then down, open up, touching with the toes. Brush knee. 1 coming down, 1 up, then switching. Step, open, and strike. Needle at C-bottom. Step in closer, pull back, lift up the front toes, change to the toes, sinking down. Touching the forearm center. Step out and show striking. Turn body, chop with fist. Circle, make a fist, pull in, chop out. When the foot touches, show striking, move into a bow stance. Okay. How did that feel? Does anyone have any questions? All right, let's do it one more time. So starting at cross hands. Embrace the tiger. Move weight, turning, open the arms, step out. Open up, show striking. Roll back, connecting out and turning. Press, touch the forearm, press out. Open up for push, pull back, palms sit up, push out. Fist under elbow, move back, turning. Big circle with the arms, push out to the side, step, warding off, rotate, pull down, make a fist, change to the heel, fist under elbow. Repulse monkey. Circle back, step, 1 forward, one back. Natural step number 2. Hand at the shoulder, foot on the ground. One forward and back. Number 3. Nice circles, rotate the palm up out front and then pull back and strike out. Diagonal flying, circle, step, rotating on the left heel as the body turns. Raise hands, stepping behind, open up the arms, change to the heel, waist turns, arms close. White crane, circle down, change the foot direction, opening up the arms and spreading your wings. Brush knee, big circles, step, open, and strike. Needle at C-bottom, fingers point down, pull back towards the temple, change to the toes, sink down. Fan through the back. Get your arm out front so you can step and pull the right arm back, again near the temple. Turn body. Making a fist. Step out, show chop, striking as you come into a bow stance. Okay. Section's getting longer and longer, right? So I'll ask one more time. Any questions on what we've been working on? Okay. Okay, Don.
Cheryl?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah. When we're doing the turn body to punch, I mean, how far do we step out with our right foot when we, you know, I mean, it doesn't seem to me that I'm stepping out into a bow stance.
So we are stepping out into a bow stance. It can seem a little bit difficult because we're in a bow stance to this direction and we're gonna turn. So just like single whip. So we have to make sure after we relax our right foot, when we pick it up that we step wide enough. So we don't want to step on one line. So if I do it this way, you come in center.
Yes.
So in a bow stance, I move back the weight and I turn. Then just like single whip, I move back the weight, relax the foot, pick up, and I have to step wide enough. So when I chop, weight's on my heel, and then when I move forward, it's just a traditional bow stance. So if I pulled my foot back, I should still have shoulder width.
All right, thank you. I think I
You're
just
welcome.
have to work practice.
Yeah, it's just more practice. It does take time, but just think about it as single whip. It is the opposite because in single whip, we start with our right leg forward, and here we start with our left. But it's still the exact same footwork.
Okay.
It's still the turning so that the toes are pointed, relax the foot, and then draw in and step out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay, so today we have a little bit of a repeat movement from the first section. Is there anyone that hasn't completed the first section of the form? Okay, good. So we're just going to learn a couple of new transitions here. So we're going to go into parry, block, and punch after fist under elbow. So how do we get there? Or, chopping with fist. So we're here, and it's going to be similar to embrace the tiger. So I'm just going to show you first. So we're going to connect out. And then we're just going to circle down. Just like the beginning of the form. It's the same thing at that point, okay? So the footwork is pretty easy. So we're in our chop with fist, okay? We're in a bow stance, our right leg is forward. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move back the weight and we're gonna pick up. And then we're just gonna step out and we're gonna step to the corner direction just like the first section, and then move the weight and step into a bow stance. Okay, so we're just going From a bow stance, we're gonna move back, change to the corner, and step into a bow stance. So not too bad. The arms are what's different, okay? So I'm gonna do it from both directions, just the beginning. Yeah.
On that, you picked up your foot and turned it. Do you pick it up in this one, or is it all right to just turn it?
Okay, so I did it wrong the second time. That was a good catch, Donna. So you come back and you pick up and draw in. No, I like that you noticed that. It tells you're looking at the details. So you pick up and draw in, and then you re-step to the corner and then step to straight. So you move back the weight, draw your leg in, and then step out. Nice work, Donna. That means you're getting the form down. Okay, so the arms. The arms are gonna feel like embrace tiger. So when we're embrace the tiger and going to roll back, we move back the weight and the arm comes in front of the shoulder and we connect out, right? So this is the same thing. So we're in, I'm gonna do it to the corner so you can see a little bit better. We've chopped with fist and strike with the palm. We're gonna move back and it comes up just like the roll back. And then we connect out. And then it's just parry, block, and punch, just like the beginning of the form. We just circle down, pick up, step, parry, block, and punch. Okay? I like seeing the head nods. All right, so let's try this together a couple times, and then we'll see if there's any questions, okay? So starting at chop with fist, we've chopped, and then strike. Make sure you're in a good bow stance. We're gonna move back the weight. As we move back, fist comes up, palm rotates. We're gonna connect out. Make sure your fingertips point to your right forearm center here. And then it's just parry, block, and punch. So we're gonna circle down, pick up, arms are in the back. We're gonna step out, weight comes forward. Make sure that you're showing this pause here. Palms pointed towards the forearm center. We're parrying out and then one forward, one back. And then we're gonna show punching. Okay, let's do it again. So we're from chop with fist, move back, connect out, parry down, step, parry to the side, show blocking and punching. Okay. How does everyone feel? Do you have any questions on that transition?
Can you just can we practice it a few more times?
Absolutely, Karen.
And I just had a quick question about, I was watching your front foot as you come back and you're ready to make your punch. I think I do, because I'm trying to make one movement, I put my foot down, and as I'm blocking, then I'm punching as I put the weight into the foot. But it looked like your foot was closer, flatter to the ground, and you were already in position to punch. When should that be together, or is it, when do I put the foot
So think
down?
about it as a martial art, right?
Right.
So if we were blocking someone and pushing away from them, we would want to have that connection on the ground, right?
Right.
So after we're here, our weight's all the way forward here, we're gonna pull out and my foot's flat. I have my connection to the ground here.
Okay.
There's not a lot of weight. I could still just come back and pick up, but I'm connected to the ground because I'm holding my opponent back here. And remember how we were talking about three-dimensional space?
Yes.
Look at my palm here, okay? I'm gonna come a little bit closer. So I'm holding my opponent back and I'm gonna punch through them. Do you notice how my palm doesn't move?
Yes.
That I move past it?
I see.
So I'm here holding someone back, my little bit of weight on my front foot, tiny bit, and then all my weight moves forward.
Okay.
So the palm doesn't move in space because you're still holding your opponent back and then you're punching through them.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, and you've mentioned that before, but I probably am forgetting. So yes, thank you.
But this is that perfect move to practice it on. So if you think about it, your body's moving, okay? So my chest is open to the side here. I'm holding my opponent out, so I'm open to the corner. And then my weight's back. So as I move my weight forward, I'm turning. Okay? Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
This one is a good one to play with because this one you can kind of understand the meaning of this one pretty easily as compared to some of the other movements where we talk about, say, grabbing a wrist and putting the elbow. This one's very much, you have something here. You know, you can almost do it with like a wall. I have a wall right here. And you could do it where you push against the wall. And I have the perfect wall here because this is empty space, obviously, because you can see me.
Right.
But I'm pushing on the wall, or say a door jamb. Push on a door jamb and into the door. Feel what it feels like to have your hands still on that door jamb. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Here, I can actually, let me see. I can turn the camera for a second. I'm gonna do it high because I'm like, so you can see, but you see if I'm here, I'm pushing on the wall, and then you see, because the weight's turning, weight moving forward.
Yes.
Something to play with.
It's a good idea.
You got to be creative in these times because we don't necessarily have a partner to practice with, right? So we got to come up with a unique way to kind of make everything work here. All right, so does anyone else have any questions before we practice some more? All right, let's do it. So from chocolate fist, right legs forward, left palm striking, right hands at the hip. Make sure our back's rounded. We're looking straight ahead. We're gonna move back the weight, rotate the left arm, right palm's in front, and then we're gonna connect out. Circle both arms down, pick up, step to the corner, move the weight forward. Pick up, foot touches, palms out in front, and then show punching. Okay, let's do it again. So move back, right foot forward, left palm striking, right hand at the hip. Move back, palms in front of the shoulder, or fists in front of the shoulder, left palm rotate. Move all the way back and connect out. This should be what Nancy and Kelly call Kodak moments. We're then gonna circle down, pick up, we're in the back. You're gonna circle the arms forward, touch with the heel, open up to the corner, all the weight's now forward. Then pick up, show blocking, and then punching. Okay, let's one more time, smooth transitions, okay? Right leg forward, left palm striking. Connect out, circle down, pick up, step, second parry, step out with the block, and punch. All right.
Okay, I just saw it then. Your right foot went from going to 3 o'clock to going to the corner. I couldn't figure out why you were moving your leg back because it looked like the same stance until I saw the foot turn.
So we go from a bow stance and then we're going to a bow stance on the other side. So we draw in. And then, but something to note, Michelle, is when we step out, we're not just going to step out with our foot saying that we're going to that corner direction, right? We're not going to like broadcast it and like step out. Can you see my foot and like step out with it?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm going to go to the corner because I'm going to come here next, right? When I pick up, I'm going to touch with the heel first and my foot's straight. Then I'm going to turn it to the corner. So I'm not broadcasting where I'm going to go next, right? I'm just showing that I'm moving forward, but then I'm going to turn to the corner and move all my weight in so that I can pick up and step out for a bow stance.
Your heel basically is in the same place it was originally, but at this.
It was.
Yes. I
It
haven't
is,
been
because
asking enough questions.
it
I'm sorry.
is. It's fine, Michelle. So the one difference to note is that when we start this, we're in a bow stance, so we're shoulder width.
Yes.
When we step out, we're stepping out one line to side because
Yes.
it's a transition step. So when I do this, I'm shoulder width here, but when I draw in and step out, can you see this mandala? Can you see the dark spot right here on the ground?
Yes.
So if you watch, I'm shoulder width, I'm not on that dark spot. But when I pull back, after I draw in, I'm then stepping on that dark spot because it's a transition step. So in order to move our weight forward, we want it to be shoulder width. So then we can easily pick up and step out, okay? If we try to do this and we try to step to the corner, see how I'm still shoulder width here?
Yeah, okay.
It's gonna be very hard to pick up that foot. It's gonna feel very awkward and wide.
You came back to a,
Okay.
what do you call it? From a bow stance to a, what's the other stance?
Say a transition step.
Okay.
It's just a transition step. So we're going from shoulder width, one line to side, back to shoulder width.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's do it one more time to practice that. And then if there's no more questions, we'll move on to the next different transition, okay? So from chocolate fist, right leg forward, left palm striking. Move back the weight, connect out in front, fingertips to the forearm center, pick up, step one line to side, open to the corner, move weight forward, step out for a bow stance, and show punching. How did that feel, Michelle?
Good, good. I saw it now.
Okay, good. Does anyone else have any questions?
I do. You're opening your fist out to corner as well.
So what we're doing is we're parrying. So there's an opponent coming ahead. So we're gonna parry. So I'm connecting here with an arm and pushing it out to the side. So parry. And then from here, just forward and back. So it's very important that it's not just, it's a circle and the weight moves forward. Yes, that was good, Donna. Yep. Only thing to note is the palm is pointed towards the forearm. So we're from the back and we move forward. Yes, perfect. I like what I'm seeing here. And remember, when we pull back, back rounded. So we don't want to have the elbow. We want to kind of point it to the corner, not too much, but we want to have the armpit open here. Good. All right, that looks pretty good. So remember here that after we connect out, we really want to circle both arms down because this is also a parry. So an opponent's come in with a punch and you're going to connect here and you're going to take their arm down. Okay, so taking it down. And then someone else's, or the other arm is punching and you're going to connect out. So the whole body comes out. And then you hold them back. So you really got to circle down, circle out, and then really hold them back. Yeah, I like these circles I'm seeing now. They look good. Nice work, guys. Do you want to do it one more time together before we move on? Okay. All right, so from chop with fist. Right foot forward, left palm striking. So really connect out because you're connecting with your opponent. Deflect or parry down, parry the other arm out to the side, hold them back and punch through them. Okay, so one more time. Stepping back, right foot forward, left palm out. Move back, connect out, circle down, pick up, step, circle to the side, open up, and show punching. All right, how do we feel now? Okay. All right, so after this, we have a bunch of repeat movements, but we have to get through the transition first. So there's a little transition to grasping the bird's tail that we need to learn. So from parry, block, and punch, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move back the weight and we're gonna show a little ward off, palm sitting down. And then we rotate just like ward off right, step out, and then it's just normal movements from here, okay? So it's not a lot of different things here. We just need to note that we're gonna move back the weight just enough so that we can turn the left foot to the corner direction. Then we're gonna move all the weight forward and we're gonna step out for a normal bow stance. Okay? Does everyone understand that part? It's pretty easy. It's just a normal kind of transition, okay? So with the arms, we're in a punch. So we're gonna move back, the arms open up. Okay, so we have a ward off position and the fist is sitting down. Something to note, we don't wanna open up too much, right? A little bit close here. It's still large frame. It's not close in like this. It's close with the arms, but we don't want to be too wide, okay? So from punching, we move back and open. All right, so let's just do the footwork. Super easy. If we can get the footwork, boom, we're done, right? So we're in a bow stance with our left foot forward. We're just going to move back a little bit of weight, enough to pick up the toes, turn them to the corner direction. Move weight forward. Stepping out, normal bow stance, move the weight forward. Not too bad, right? All right, let's add the arms right away, okay? So from punching, left foot forward, left hand pointing towards the forearm. So your palm is in line, okay? We're gonna move back and we're gonna show warding off. Okay, everyone hold this for 1 minute. I'm just gonna come look at the screen and see what's going on there. Looks pretty good. Okay, so we wanna sink the arms down. So they're at 2 different levels here, okay? We wanna have our elbow sinking down, nice ward off shape. And then we have our fist rounded. The tail, what we call the tail of the fist, is pointing down at an angle. That looks good, everyone. Very nice. Okay, let's just do the transition. So just back to punching. Move back, showing the ward off, fist sitting down. Okay, from here, moving into ward off right. We're gonna rotate the left arm, fist opens up, and we're gonna circle the right arm under, step out, and then ward off right. Okay, let's do it again. So stepping back, left foot forward, parry, block, and punch. Move back the weight. Transition with the arms, weights forward now, okay? Is your left elbow down? Right arm rounded? Good. Rotate the left arm. This shows grabbing. Fist opens, fingers point down, and then circle under, step out, ward off, right. Okay, how do we feel about that transition? It is one of the different ones from everything we've done before.
My left foot was turning in. What happened to the left foot?
So the left foot turns out to the corner. So we're in our bow stance, right? We're in parry, block, and punch. Right. So we move back a little bit of weight. Foot turns to the opposite corner, turns out to the side.
And the
Then
left foot's going the other way.
and then we step out for a bow stance. So it's just a normal kind of transition.
Okay.
It is, but it's the arms that kind of make it a little confusing, right? So we're just in a bow stance with our left leg forward. And now we want to go to a bow stance on the other side. So what would we do? Michelle?
We lift up the right leg.
But what do we have to do first? If I lift up this right leg and I want to be in a standard bow stance, then I would be to corner direction, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So what do I have to do to my front leg first?
Bend forward.
Like this?
I have no idea.
We'd have to turn it, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we'd have to turn the foot, but I can't just turn the foot with all this weight on it, right?
No. Lean
So,
back.
Yep.
Then turn the foot to the left.
Uh-huh.
Then move the right foot forward. And
You got it.
straight ahead. Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
See, I had to make you think about it. Now you won't forget.
Okay.
Okay? Let's do it one more time, okay? So from parry, block, and punch.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
When you lift your hand up in the ward off, is the hand is it facing like this? Oops, can you see me? Is it like this, or is it, I mean, I think I've been doing it a little bit up. So
Okay, so not up like this.
up, so
It's ward off.
okay. And then
So-
it turns down when you're going to the next
So
one.
it goes from here, we're ward off, so it's not up, it's not too much elbow
Like
down.
this. Okay.
It's still a ward off shape, and then it rotates out to the side and then comes back to center and then sits down.
Oh, okay. I've unlearned a couple moves.
So think about it from the beginning of the form. The first movements we do ward off left, right? And we move back and turn. And so we're in this kind of ward off position, right? And we rotate. And then we come back and we do ward off right. It's the same thing here, except we're creating that transition. So we're warding off with the left arm, then we're rotating out, we're drawing back to center, and we're warding off. Okay, good, Marion. So it's just like the beginning of the form, except we're adding that little bit of a different transition to get us into it. But every time, it's that same ward off, and we're going to talk about this a lot. Maybe today, maybe next week, it just depends, okay? But this is wave hands like clouds too. It's still that ward off position. So it's not too much of an elbow down, palm up. It's warding off with the forearm center. So when we're saying warding off, I literally, okay guys, you're gonna laugh at this. So because I don't have someone to show you these movements with, and I love the martial arts aspect of it, I'm sure you're getting that at this point, but I really wanna show you guys, and it's Halloween, right? So they have all these skeletons for sale at the stores. I am literally considering getting a skeleton just so I can show you what these movements should look like with a partner. So maybe next week there'll be a skeleton with me and we'll continue. Maybe we'll dress it up for the holidays and stuff.
Good idea. Yeah.
I got nothing else at this point, but I've seen them and I think it would work because this is one of those things where I'd love to show you that like I'm connecting with an arm here. I'm trying to show you with my other arm, but this is an opponent coming towards me. So it's called ward off because it's like, as someone comes at you with any sort of punch, a middle body punch, a head, you can just connect. At any level, you can just connect. So we talk about this ward off a lot because it's throughout the entire form. You see it when we get into fair ladies, you see it in the beginning of form and ward off. It's similar to the parry, block, and punch because at this point, we still have this shape here. It's the same shape. Wave hands like clouds, which we're going to do very shortly, is the ward off shape. It's all ward off, and then it's about rotating and learning how to rotate this whole arm, not just like leaving the palm limp, but having a straight line here and being able to rotate both sides. This is why and I forgot today and I apologize, but when we do the warm-ups and we do these things of rotating the arms, this is like that ward off position. We're warding off with both arms and coming out and circling down. So you really want to get comfortable with this feeling of what it is, like the hug the tree thing almost, you know? It's similar to that in a way, but it's more of an upward with the palms because it's a ward off. You know, cross hands is simply double ward off. That's all this movement is it's two of these ward off arms crossed together. So you can start to link all of these little details and realize that even though there's 103 movements in the form, and that kind of seems overwhelming when we first start, that a lot of these things are all linked together in so many ways. Like there may be different transitions or circles with the arms, but the shape is still there. You know, once we learn this large frame that is yang style, you can transfer that through the entire form and say, oh, look, there's another one of the ward offs. You know, it's just in a different direction. Oh, it's up here. It's still the same thing, but it's just like if you notice, I have this shape. This shape doesn't change even though I'm doing this. My palm just comes up because that allows my shoulder to come down. If I try to do this, you see how my shoulder changes? Can you see that? Like, so it's still ward off. It's just up. It's like, you're gonna see this again and again. So when we get to this here, just feel like it's ward off that you've always done. Just like when we did fist under elbow, just like when after we push and we step out, before we rotate, it's still just ward off, just like we're doing right now. It's the same thing, okay? All right, let's do the transition again. Oh, John, do you have a question?
Yeah, so is the shoulder kind of an internal rotation a little bit, and then it moves to external as you...
Yes. So,
but a movement, not too large.
Not too large. So there's things that you can do. Like there's this great movements, and they're things from yoga that I know, but there are things like, so if you had just your hands or little tiny weights or anything, if you rotate down, you can feel what that rotation is in your shoulder. And these are things that you can do to actually help with the rotation in your arms, okay? So you might notice that when you first do this, maybe you can only come to here, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. But then maybe eventually you'll just keep being able to go down, you know? So it's just like these, remember in school when we had to sit here and do these in gym class? These are great things to do to open up and to get that rotation in the shoulder. So when we do things like Fair Lady, we can still just kind of rotate the joint and keep it down. You know, we're not going to draw it up. We're going to let it sit in its position when we're doing these upward ward offs. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so let's see. Oh, we're getting close on time today. So let's just focus on these movements for today, and then we'll go into grasp the bird's tail, and maybe if anyone has any questions on that, and then next week we'll get into wave hands like clouds, because this section is very long, but there's all these new little transitions that I really want you to get a hold of, so then when we get them later on in the form, you'll feel like it's easy, because there's times that we're going to do this exact same thing. We're going to go from punching and we're going to ward off just like we did right now, but we're going to stand up and go to a kick, right? So if we can get this transition now, when we get to that part of the kicking section, we're going to breeze right through it because you guys are professionals, right? So let's do it again, but let's start at chop with fist and do everything. Do parry, block, and punch, and all of grasp the bird's tail, okay? All the way through to single whip. So we're in parry, block, and punch, or sorry, chop with fist, moving to parry, block, and punch. So right foot forward, left arm striking, right hands at the hip, back rounded. So parry, block, and punch. We're gonna move back the weight, connect out, circle the arms down, pick up, step out, change the corner direction for the second parry, step out with the block, and then move the weight forward for punching. Move back a little bit of weight, change the foot to the corner, showing ward off, and then rotate, right arm comes underneath, ward off right. roll back, turning, rotate both arms, move the weight back. Press, circle in, touch the forearm, press out. Push, open up, pull back, sit up the palms and push out. Single whip, move back the weight, left arm pulls off, whole body turns, big circles. Circle back, relax the left foot, make a hook. Show blocking out and then striking, single whip. Are your shoulders relaxed? Head's looking over the left palm. Okay. Want to do it again? Just that section? Okay. All right, so from chop with fist. Left palms forward. We're going to connect out while we move back the weight. Circle down, pick up, step, turn to the corner, parry again, block, and punch. Move back, transition to grasp the bird's tail, and then ward off right. Step, one up, one down. Roll back, rotate, turning as you move the weight back. Circle in, touch the forearm, and press out. Open up, pull back, sit up the palms, and show push. Move back the weight for single whip, big circle, turning the right foot. Move the weight to the right, relax the left foot, make a hook. Step out, show, striking. Okay, does anyone have any questions on these movements for today? You guys are doing a great job. You really are. This is a big section and these can be hard movements. All right, so let's do the whole thing from the beginning because it's 4:45 now. Time certainly flies. So let's do the whole thing from the beginning, and then if there's no more questions, we'll close class. Unless you want to do it one more time, but I'm going to let you guys decide, okay? So starting at cross hands. Sinking the weight. Arms are in double ward off. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. Move, weight, turning, separate the arms. Step out, open up, and strike. Roll back, connect, and turn. Circle in, touch, and press. Open up, pull back, sitting up the palms for push. Fist under elbow, move back, flatten the arms, turning. Circle in, push out to the side. We're going to show that ward off arm in the transition. Rotating, pulling down, make a fist, circle up, fist under elbow. Repulse monkey. Circle back, step, hand in front of the shoulder, striking out. Number 2, circle, natural step, 1 forward, 1 back. Number 3, circle, step, rotating on the heel. Diagonal flying, big circle with the arms. Stepping out, showing splitting energy. Raise hands, arms open as we move the weight back and close as we turn the waist. White crane, circle, step, open up, spread your wings. Brush knee, right palm comes down, 2 big circles, step, open, strike. Needle at sea bottom. Fingers point down, pull back, toes come off the ground. Change to a toe empty stance, sink down at the hips. Touching the forearm, fan through the back. Make sure 1 forward, 1 back. Turn body. Big circle, making a fist. We're gonna step out, show chop, and then strike. Parry, block, and punch. Connect out, circle down, pick up, touch, turn to the corner, weight forward, block and step, punch into your bow stance. Grasp the bird's tail. Ward off, rotate, circling for ward off right. Roll back, turning, move the weight back. Circle and touch, press out. Open up, pull back, sit up the palms, and push. Move back the weight, left arm peels off, coming into single whip. Big circle, making the hook, dropping the elbows so we can show blocking and striking. All right, nice work. Section's getting longer and longer. Hey Sharon, I gotcha. Oh, Sharon was waving goodbye. I thought she had a question. Does anyone have a question? All right, I have one. Would you like to do it one more time before we close class? Okay, everyone's good. Is that a yes? Thumbs up? Okay. All right. One more time. All right, and then we'll close class. All right, so starting at cross hands. Now this time, I'm going to put the work on you. I'm just going to call out the name of the move at the start of the movement, okay, when we start the transition, because I'm giving you guys a lot of cues. So then hopefully when you practice, you can kind of hear these things in your head. But that's not what the practice is about, right? It's a moving meditation. So let's just try to focus on that. I'll call out the moves so then you know what's coming next. But really try to focus inward, focus your gaze, and be one with Tai Chi, okay? So coming into cross hands. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. Roll back. Press. And push. Fist under elbow. Repulse monkey. Number 2. And 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Brush knee and push. Needle at the C bottom. Fan through the back. Turn body. Chop with fist. Parry, block, and punch. Grasping the bird's tail. Ward off right. Roll back, press, and push. Single whip. Great. Nice work, everyone. That was some hard work today. You guys did really great. All right, so we'll close class. Thank you for joining me. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. It was a great class.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
I've just
Yeah.
realized I haven't been paying enough attention to my word offs.